Nepal.
Nepal.
Danfei, highlighting
Birds
the
and
untapped
birds.
potential of younger generations. This Danfei costumes has been put together by creative youths in Nepal using locally available resources. Featuring the majestic Danfei, the national bird of Nepal, a symbol of peace, beauty, and harmony. Nepal believes the vibrant colors of the Danfei reflects the unity of the multi-ethnic, multilingual, and multicultural diversity in the nation. The hand-painted cape attempts to embody life in mountains, where the Danfei originates, with glimpses of Buddhist tupa and cattle gazing. The Danfei welcomes happiness by extending wings and dancing to the rhythm of nature. Pouching has left Danfei endangered. Miss Grand Nepal. Miss Grand Netherlands.
Netherlands.
We are one.
Nah, dari
Born
Netherlands
by the
ini salah satu
Netherlands.
juga
It seems
peserta
like
NBA
the
yang
world is
berlapisan
falling
gitu.
into
Tapi
pieces,
bener-bener kan.
like broken pottery and cannot be fixed.
Tapi sayang banget di sini
We
dia
can
pakai
reuse
bajunya
the broken
simple
pieces
tapi
for new
elegan.
creations.
Cuman
Bring
ya,
artists
sama-sama
together
cantik, so
and new purposes can be created. We are one. Created by Dutch Indonesian designer and
Wow,
Dutch
Indonesia.
artist. The dress which completes this national costume is by Bali-based designer. Try to spot the sparkles of hope for a new future as one. Miss Grand Netherlands. Miss Grand Nicaragua.
Wow.
The design is a tribute to the passion and
seru
love
ya.
that Nicaraguans have for baseball,
Baseball.
which is born from the streets, neighborhoods, stadiums, and in the big leagues. This suit is an inspiration from the official uniform of the national baseball
Wow,
team, which results
sight.
in an original, handcraft, and fanciful design that reflects the great achievements that have been proudly worn both nationally and internationally, with representative elements of this sport that complement it as part of its aesthetics.
Baseball aesthetic.
Miss Grand Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. Okay.
Miss Grand Nigeria. Oya and Ola. The warrior goddess costume is inspired by the strength that the Africans see and feel spiritually in the Nigerian goddess, which are the two strongest goddesses of fertility, virility, and morality, both from the southwestern and southeastern part of Nigeria. The costume is a combo of an
wow.
ensemble of different colors of leather,
Ada
feathers,
topengnya ya?
mesmerizing beads,
Oke, ini
detailed
masuk dalam
mermaid-inspired and arranged
ini
feathers on the headgear, wristbands, ankle
Australia,
band,
China,
thigh
Korea,
band, hand
Indonesia,
embellishment with cowries,
Myanmar,
feathers, beads, and accessorized
Australia,
short asymmetrical
China,
font and
Crimea,
flowing trail leather back skirt.
Indonesia, Myanmar,
Miss Grand Nigeria.
Nah, oke.
Miss
Terus
Grand
sport aja.
Pakistan. Created by Indonesian designer, Miss Grand
banyak ya yang
Pakistan's
pakai
costume, South
desainer
Asian
Indonesia
goddess,
national
is a
costume ini.
testament to the empowered
Keren.
woman who uses her voice to represent the voiceless under any hardship. Miss Grand Pakistan, her national costume represents her unique feminine power of using her voice through music so that all women are heard, raising awareness for marginalized population in educational and medical communities through her non-profit Music for MIRACLE, which is an acronym for Music Inspires, Reaches, Accepts, and Captures Equally. Miss Grand Pakistan.
Okay, next.
Miss Grand Panama. The gold of the hills burns. The volcanic massif is the inspiration for this fantasy. El Oro de Cerro Quema, guardian of its treasures. Mother Nature takes the form of a woman with a fine selection of materials. An infinity of Swarovski's crystals in the form of tears. Dressed in gold with 16 flower-shaped brooches. Meters of braids and beads and crystal in golden tones cover the gold place entirely by hand. Miss Grand Panama.
Panama bukan enggak. Australia, China, Korea, Indonesia, Myanmar, Nigeria, Panama.
Miss Grand Paraguay.
Paraguay.
Inspired by the First Lady of Paraguay in times of war in 1970 against Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay. Wife of the national hero and President Mariscal Lopez until his death, who was an important reference of the Paraguayan society of that time. Miss Grand Paraguay. Miss Grand Peru. The golden bird comes from the Mochica culture. It has a mythological significance and was believed it had supernatural powers. The story says that the sun would reflect as the bird spread its wings and would bring good fortune to those who gaze at its flight. This golden creation is made with recycled materials, and it represents the richness of the Incas culture and the freedom of the Peruvian people. Miss Grand Peru.
Oke, Peru. Australia, Indonesia, Myanmar,
Low battery. Please charge.
Miss Grand Philippines.
Philippines.
First Queen, Unang Reina. The first queen was created to honor the legacy of Pura Villanueva Calao, who used her fame to fight for women's rights and become a feminist pioneer, leading the campaign for women's suffrage in the Philippines. It also introduces contemporary audiences to the original Pinay beauty queen, who created a new prototype for the modern Filipina. It was a set of diverse elements that was part of her journey to be the first queen of the Philippines, as she won the Manila Carnival Queen, Queen of the Orient in 1908. Miss Grand Philippines.
Philippines. Wow, looks serious. Gila, betul banget ini.
Miss Grand Poland. The Miss Grand Poland 2022 national costume is inspired by the traditional regional Highlander costume. This costume is popular in the south of the country. It is a two-piece long red dress. It is decorated with material with Highlander patterns and flowers. The outfit is complemented by accessories and jewelry made of red beads, which also appear in the regional costumes. It is a modern version of the traditional folk costume prepared especially for the Miss Grand International. Miss Grand Poland. Miss Grand Portugal. The national costume is all about the Tagus Memphis, called Tagigs, and popularized by our greatest poet and father of the Portuguese language, Luís Vaz de Camões, our Portuguese Shakespeare. He wrote the national epic Os Lusíadas back in the 16th century, when these mythological creatures living in the Tagus River would inspire him to write down the biggest achievements of the Portuguese people regarding the conquest of African colonies and some in Asia. Camões asked the Memphis for protection and strength. 450 years later, they're protecting her. Therefore, she is wearing this reference to them. Miss Grand Portugal. Miss Grand Puerto Rico. El Junki is one of the smallest forests in the National Forest System that has more biodiversity than any other forest and is considered one of the few natural wonders of the world. The flamboyant tree, recreated in this dress, is celebrated as a major iconic image of Puerto Rico. The Puerto Rican parrot is one of the fauna that inhabits the forest, which is unique to the archipelago. Our small coqui is a very popular creature throughout the island. When Puerto Ricans want to express their nationality, they say, "I'm from here like a coqui." Miss Grand Puerto Rico. Miss Grand Russia. Luxurious and graceful. In her image, the participant captured a gold sparkling beauty. White is the color of trust, purity, sincerity. The light tones of the costume embody all the beauty of nature and the Siberian forests, the air ringing in silence and incredible icy landscapes. But even the most persistent ice can be melted by our participant with her radiant smile. Miss Grand Russia. Miss Grand Singapore. The Singapore skyline. As Singapore commemorates the Merlion Golden Jubilee this year, the Singapore skyline sits along the famous Singapore River that carries emblems of folk tales like the Merlion and statues that pays tributes to immigrants and coolies who contributes to Singapore's success. Alongside its historical conservation is the futuristic Marina Bay Sands, the skyscraping Singapore Flyer, and the pioneering Gardens by the Bay. It is a testament to Singapore's rapid modernization, adaptability, and a celebration of harmony and culture. This truly is home, where the river always flows. Miss Grand Singapore. Miss Grand South Africa. The King Protea is South Africa's national flower. Team South Africa wears the Protea, which represents diversity. South Africa is known as the Rainbow Nation. We have 11 official languages, many different cultures and religions. We stand for transformation, courage, and adaptability. We, as South Africans, stand together to overcome hardship and all challenges that we face. We have individuality. The Protea will always catch your eye, whether it stands alone or even surrounded by roses. Even though we are one nation, one team, we are still our own individual person. Miss Grand South Africa. Miss Grand Spain. The Drag Queen Gala is one of the most well-known spectacular shows of the Canarian Carnival, where the fantasy of the costumes is mixed with the talent of the dance. She brings you the presence of her land, the Canary Islands. Miss Grand Spain. She brings you the presence of her land, the Canary Islands. Miss Grand
Spain. Wow, the makeup. Ooh, gorgeous.
Miss Grand Sri Lanka. From a long-hailed history of 2,000 years that consists of pride and virtue, red with a touch of violence from a golden flame, her costume carries the Sri Lankan traditions. Worshipped from all three worlds with virtues of royalty, She wears the crown that bears the tooth of a Buddhist god. Engulfed and wrapped around by a snake god, she wears the crown that is beacon of light of all its seekers. The cultural norms of a snake tribe and a demon tribe combined together. Immorality shows it throughout the cosmos from this planet to the universe. Miss Grand Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Okay. And this is
Miss Grand Thailand.
Whoa.
Hanuman Thai boxing. Muay Lopbuli is the art of magical fighting, full of charm, with gestures, elegant style, but it hides aggression, intelligence, and power behind the story. The designer has chosen to broadcast this Thai national costume through Thai boxing dance, with Khon as a medium for disseminating the integration of science and art of Thai culture from the past to the present, as well as picking up. Hanuman, a character that is related to Muay Lopbuli, as a strategy in presenting the national costume creatively to the eyes of the world. Miss Grand Thailand.
Gila, keren.
Miss Grand Turkey. The name of the national costume is Belly Dancing Queen.